All right, here we are at our 2021 Starcraft 2321 Limited rental fleet boat for sale here on the beautiful freshwaters of Norris Lake, Tennessee. There's a handful of these. The model numbers are 2321 Limited. The make is a Starcraft. The year is a 2021. We've got a handful of these rental fleet boats that we'll be selling. There's no identifying numbers on these that we're using to tell these apart, but because they're all a little bit different. This is the only all white one. The others are white and black. This one, the exterior is all white. So this will be an easy one to tell apart from the rest. I won't mention the asking price in the video tours because that will often change until a listing is sold. And in fact, this the 2321 Limited rental fleet will probably all have a little bit of a different asking price. The other thing to mention is I'm not going to have the hour or the engine hours as of the video, but it will be listed on the website along with that asking price. So if you'll take the time to open up a new web browser, a new tab, and type in www.yournewboat.com, let that page load. Click the Find Your New Boat button, let that load, and then that's going to load all of our inventory and order price, so you'll be able to scroll down until you get to the 2021 Starcraft 2321 Limited rental fleet. You'll see a photo of this one. Again, it's the all-white one. You'll probably see a photo of it right here from this angle right here. The asking price will be right there as well. You'll be able to click into that listing, view the photo slideshow, see exactly how many engine hours are on it, and as well as contact us with questions. You can reach us by phone, by text, or by email. We do not monitor the YouTube comment page. In fact, really the only way to know which ones are still available is going to be to go to the website. We will mark them pending once we have an acceptable selling price and a deposit in hand, and then they'll be marked sold once they close. Trailers are not going to be included in the asking price. Basically, there were so many delays this spring with ordering boats and trailers that trailers were never ordered for this rental fleet. We will have the option of getting or selling you a new trailer at our cost for those that need a trailer. Check our website, or actually in each listing you'll be able to see, we'll probably make a note in there somewhere of how much a trailer will add to the purchase. That will likely be for a tandem axle aluminum trailer with brakes. So for anyone that must have a trailer, we'll give you the option of including that with the purchase. Expect for them to be a delay on getting a new trailer. We might try to keep one in stock that we can sell with these, but once that goes, you could be looking at up to a month or 2 month delay on receiving a trailer. We can make storage arrangements for this to stay in the area until that trailer arrives. But again, if you don't need a trailer, if you only need it taken from point A to point B and it's going to the water or to a slip or a lift or maybe even to a rack storage facility, feel free to contact us. We can work with you with our contacts and make arrangements to have the boat transported to you if you don't have to have a trailer. So only go for a trailer if you need one. We're seeing that as more and more of a trend in today's world. If somebody's just keeping it at the lake anyway, they're buying the boat new without a trailer, and they're saving themselves the cost of that trailer. And in our area, a lot of trailers end up in a field somewhere just rotting away anyway because they're not being trailered regularly. So this is rated for 12 persons. It's 23 feet long. The model number is a 2321. Whenever you say that with the year model of a 2021, it gets a little confusing. There's a lot of 20s thrown at you. But this is a Starcraft 2321, and this did have or did see rental use this season. All right, so here at your driver's seat, you got 12-volt power outlet. You got a fuel gauge, speedometer, tachometer, oil pressure gauge, engine temperature gauge, drive, trim, and battery voltmeter. We did function test the horn. We function tested the courtesy light. And the navigation lights up in the bow, your red and your green running lights, those work. The anchor light on this one did not pass function test. The blower did, and the bilge pump did not pass function test. So we can, if you need that working anchor light and bilge pump, that's something that you can include in an offer on this one, and we can have that fixed. Now, we haven't function test the speakers. These are equipped with an AM FM USB auxiliary input kicker stereo with 4 kicker speakers. And that will be left to the buyer to verify that those are functional. We'll make these available for mechanical inspection. We'll make them available for a water test. We do have to have an acceptable offer to purchase and a deposit to put one in the water if it's after we have winterized these for the season. It's pretty much standard policy with most of our other listings because they're all consignment based. But with these rental fleets, up until the point when they get winterized, we can try to accommodate water test on these a little bit more easily than our other consignment listings. Starcraft does put their seats on hinges, making it easy for you to raise that with one hand, get out what you need with the other. Those hinges are for the seat backs and the seat bottoms. Here in the bow area, you've got room to step overboard, and this would be an anchor storage locker. 2 cup holders here in the very front, 1 more on either side here in the bow. That's 4 total up here in the bow. And there's a mark, I believe just about all these had a small little mark in that fiberglass near that cup holder, probably from where that walk-through windshield was just kind of dropped and it nicked that. We do have the tower mount Bimini top on this one. Upholstery on all these, with the exception just being a little dirty, there's really been very little wear on the upholstery that we've noticed on all of these. And again, reference the video on each of these. The reason we take time to do a walkthrough video tour on all of these models. After we've kind of done the walkthrough model, we'll start trying to show you all the wear and tear that we notice. Storage compartments there, and then your engine hatch that doubles as a large sun pad opens with the pull of that strap. This is that 6.2 liter MerCruiser 300 horsepower inboard outboard stern drive engine that is packaged with a Bravo 1 Outdrive. A little bit untypical of most of the rental fleet boats. So generally they're going to put the smallest engine in these and an alpha drive. They'll do that to save on cost. This is one marina that opted for the larger engines and the paid extra for the Bravo drive as opposed to the Alpha drive. They've had a lot more success from a maintenance standpoint and servicing standpoint since they switched to that larger engine and Bravo drive. And also it's going to bring better resale value, because if you were buying this boat new, that's probably an option that most people will consider. So, time for the wear and tear on this one. Start back here in the back corner. Oh, here it was. Marking the fiberglass here on the swim platform in those 2 areas. I can't quite tell if that's scratches. Kind of looks like scratches in a few places on this extended swim platform. You got the ski tow hook here, as well as that wakeboard tower. That's a 4-step swim boarding ladder. Just some light scratches is what it appears to be on the surface of that extended swim platform. There's another mark in the fiberglass here right as you transition into that walk-through, and then it's taken a good little bump up against a dock back here in this corner. At some point this fall, the fall of 2020, these boats will be getting probably pulled out of the water and put away for winter storage. That looks like maybe just a bump or a fender mark. It's nice and smooth on the finger, so generally those are the ones that will buff out. Bear with me here. I thought I saw a few marks right in there, and yeah, those are catching my fingers, the edge just a little bit. My fingernail will go down on there, so that's those are going to be kind of some marks in the gel coat. Not to be confused with the other just kind of water spots. And I believe I noticed one other area up here earlier. All of this is smooth right here, so that's going to come off with a good detailing. If they do any buffing and waxing and compounding, all that's going to smooth right out. We're just looking for the ones that have kind of gone a little bit deeper than that, which I believe I noticed some earlier up here near the bow. A few little marks into the actual fiberglass up here in the bow area. Probably the most common area, a little bit right here. All right, and let me step off the side. I'll give you one more close look down that port side. Double check. Oh yeah, and there was a small little tear in the upholstery here on that sun pad. But that's all I noticed there. And I believe this tower mount Bimini top, that's where you're going to pull your skiers and wakeboarders. I think everything looked good on that tower. A few more marks, let me find them for you over here before we conclude. Don't forget to go to the website to find the asking price, all of our contact info. So this here is not. This is going to be what happens when a fender, or even one of these little plastic fenders here, they will leave behind a little marking, but it's not a damaged fiberglass. Good buff and detail that will rub out. Same for most. Now here's where we get to the first one that's not going to come out with a buff and wax. It's going to be these marks right here. And it's almost like you got to get the lighting just right to even for these to even show. That one's nice and smooth, so that's going to buff out. We had another one of those. Here it is, right about here. That will not buff out. And a few little marks right in here that are not going to buff out. Those generally tend to show up better in the photographs than, or in the video than the photographs. That decal has gotten pulled and ripped, and everything else looks good on this side. So that'll start to wrap things up. Again, there are some marks in that fiberglass. These will be priced accordingly. And that's the model number, the 2321 Limited. It happens to be a 2021 year model, which is a 23-foot open bow Bowrider for sale here on Norris Lake. And again, reach out to us through the website with any questions. And I thank you very much for joining us. This is the white rental fleet boat of the group of 2021 Starcrafts of the 2321 Limited model. The identifying feature on this one is going to be that it's the only all-white one. So that's how you'll find it on the website and reference it whenever you call us and ask us questions about it. So again, thank you for joining us. I invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already, and you'll be one of the first to be notified anytime we post a new listing up for sale here in the Norris Lake and surrounding East Tennessee area. Do one last look down this side. And again, as these are sold, we'll also put sold on the YouTube videos. But the easiest way to find out which ones are left and which ones have sold is just going to be a quick trip over to our website. Those will say pending once we've taken a deposit, negotiated a selling price, and then they'll go to sold once that deal closes. Thank you again for joining us.